Bob Miller and Nick Nixon back here at the Nassau County Coliseum. And this crowd, a capacity crowd of over 15,000, really pumped up here tonight because of the fact that the Stanley Cup will be brought out to the ice, and the banner, the fourth one, will be hoisted to the top of this arena. Mr. Jim Patterson is down on the ice right now, and they're bringing out the trophies at this time. Billy Smith won the Smythe, or Roland Melanson coming out with the William Jennings Trophy.
A hero in both
the William Jennings Trophy, symbolic for the best team with the best goals against average in the National Hockey League. We understand, Bob, that each of the Islanders will be introduced individually, and they have obviously quite a few award winners, and they'll be presented with their awards as they're introduced here at the Nassau Coliseum. Ken Morrow now coming out. What a great career he's had. After winning the Olympic gold in 1980, he stepped right into the pros, and since then he's won Stanley Cups.
Well, when you talk about Stanley Cups, let's give a rundown of the Islanders' Stanley Cup championships. In 1980, they beat the Philadelphia Flyers 4-2. That was their first Stanley Cup. Then in 1981, the Islanders beat Minnesota 4-1 in the finals. In 1982, they defeated the Vancouver Canucks 4-0. And in 1983, last season, defeated Wayne Gretzky and the Edmonton Oilers, also 4-0. So in the Stanley Cup Finals, the last couple of years, they have not lost a game. They are 8-0 in the finals the last 2 years. As we mentioned, the National Hockey League record for consecutive Stanley Cup championships, the Montreal Canadiens with 5 in a row. They won those in 1956, 57, 58, 59, and 1960. And the Islanders' slogan this year is "Drive for 5" as they try to tie that record. The individual introductions of the Islanders still going on. The Kings elected to stay in their dressing room. They were given the choice of either coming out and watching the ceremony or remaining in the dressing room. And Coach Don Perry said, well, we'll stay in our dressing room if you don't mind. Probably a good choice. Why should the Kings come out and listen to this crowd roar and watch the Stanley Cup be brought out to center ice? And here it's Bryan Trottier. He's coming out with the Prince of Wales trophy. There's the Prince of Wales Conference and the Clarence Campbell Conference. And the Islanders were the Prince of Wales Conference champions. And Trottier has just brought that trophy out and placed it on a table in front of the net.
Three-point games in the playoffs. Number 21, Brent Sutter.
The Islanders last year won 42 games on the year. They lost 26 and tied 12. They did not win their division title. They had 96 points, and they finished second in the Patrick Division to the Philadelphia Flyers, who had 106 points. Here's Mike Bossy. Tremendous goal scorer. Mike Bossy coming out. Bringing out the Lady Byng Trophy. He won that trophy, which is for gentlemanly conduct along with a high degree of skill in playing this game.
Who again proved to be Mr. Clutch in the playoffs. Number 23, Bob Nystrom.
Bob Nystrom leading out now.
Bob, it's just amazing. The players being introduced, and it seems like they've been around forever. Will this club ever disband? It seems like guys like Trottier and Bossy and Nystrom and Gillies, Billy Smith, they've been playing ever since you can remember watching hockey games.
Well, they should know what to do during these opening ceremonies. This is the 4th straight year that they've done it.
Number 26,
The Islanders' first year in the National Hockey League was 1972-73. How did they do? Well, they were one of the worst teams ever in hockey. The Islanders of that first year lost 60 of 78 games. That was then an NHL record. It has been broken since then by the Washington Capitals, who in 1974-75 season had 67 losses. The next player to be introduced will be the goaltender tonight in this game. He was the most valuable player in the playoffs, winning the Conn Smythe Trophy. And boy, a guy the Edmonton Oilers certainly didn't like. The most valuable player in the playoffs of last season, Billy Smith. And the crowd chanting, Billy, Billy. And the last guy to be introduced, wearing number 91, and how many great years he had in Los Angeles, 10 of them, Butch Goring. And Al Arbour, the coach, 10 years ago, he was named the head coach of the New York Islanders, Al Arbour. You know, Nick, after they won the title last year, Al Arbour went to his cottage in Ontario and was near collapse from exhaustion. They had to call the doctor to come in, and the doctor told him to just take it easy. Al Arbour had very little sleep during the playoffs. All of a sudden he got home and, as we say, almost collapsed at his cottage. And then he got away from the telephones. He went fishing every day. He did some painting around there and relaxed. They have now given him a clean bill of health. He had a checkup, and Al Arbour is in fine shape now as he starts this season. Announcing the trainers right now. You know, in the last 8 years of the Stanley Cup, only the Islanders and Montreal have won Stanley Cups. 4 years each. And in fact, if you go back to 1973, only Montreal, Philadelphia, and the New York Islanders have won the Stanley Cup. So only 3 different teams in the last 11 years have been able to claim the Stanley Cup.
Bob, right now they're introducing a couple of the extras from tonight's lineup. A few players are out injured. They just introduced Thomas Janssen, who was their Emery Edge winner last year, led the club in plus minus. Mats Sahlin, a forward, out with a knee injury, will not play tonight. And Billy Carroll, one of their premier penalty killers, out with a groin injury. Kelly Rudy, a young goaltender who has spent the last 2 years in Indianapolis, now being introduced and building up to, of course, number 5.
Now the Islander captain, and he'll come out with the Stanley Cup. And a tremendous roar, Captain Denis Potvin. Trophy competed for by athletes in North America. The Stanley Cup stands proudly in front of the goal here at the Nassau County Coliseum, brought out by Captain Denis Potvin. You know, this has been a tremendously close series over the years between the Kings and the Islanders. Tonight's game will be the 45th game lifetime. The Islanders have won 19. The Kings have won 15 against the Islanders, and there have been 10 ties. Now there is a presentation to the general manager of the Islanders, Mr. Bill Torrey.
Front pages that are hanging outside.
And what a tremendous job he has done in putting together this team down through the years. In that year that they set the record for most losses, nobody panicked here, Nick. They just kept hanging on to those draft choices. They built through the system, and here they have won 4 consecutive Stanley Cups.
Well, you've got to admire them. Not only did they show great patience, but from day one they had a game plan, and they stuck with it through a lot of hard times, as you mentioned, that first year and even over into the second year. But they knew if they just held on to all their draft picks, built a solid organization where everybody knew that they would get a good chance to play with the New York Islanders. If they worked hard enough, then the club would be successful, and you can't argue with that strategy.
Donated to the charity of Spina Bifida.
They have given
Charity for the Islanders and Bobby Bourne.
They have given Bill Torrey a replica of a large framed wall photograph that they are donating to the Islanders. It's the front page of the Newsday newspaper here on Long Island of May 18th, 1983, which showed the Islanders winning their 4th cup.
Thank you very much.
Now, Bill Torrey said, we'd like to make this an annual affair. Well, I guess they have. This is the 4th annual year that they have had these ceremonies. And now they are going to hoist the Stanley Cup Championship banner up to the top of the Nassau County Coliseum. Denis Potvin pulling on the rope at one side, and here goes the banner. New York Islanders, 1982-83 Stanley Cup champions, and it will hang beside the 3 others already at the top of the building. The banner is in place.
Not quite as crowded as the Montreal Forum, but it's getting there.
Nick, I think if there's ever a question in anybody's mind, how much do athletes want to pay the price to win 4 in a row or 5 in a row? It's probably answered here tonight when those players are able to stand out there and everybody in this organization be introduced to the plaudits of this crowd and have all that hardware out there in front of the net. That makes it worth it. And now, as they finish the ceremonies, the word was, let's drive for 5. The Kings have not made their appearance as yet. I believe they are coming down the tunnel right now. They are, and they're led out onto the ice by goaltender Mario Lessard. He'll be in the nets tonight. And now with the starting lineups for tonight's game between the Kings and the New York Islanders, here's Nick Nixon.
Thank you, Bob. Let's go to the New York Islanders. Veteran Billy Smith will start in goal, 5'10", 185 pounds, 32 years old, out of Perth, Ontario. Roland Melanson will be the backup. On defense, the great Denis Potvin with Gord Lane will start. Wayne Merrick at center, Bobby Nystrom on right wing. And the always tough, seemingly against the Kings in recent years, John Tonelli on the left side. 3 players are injured: Billy Carroll, Matt Saline, and Thomas Janssen, a defenseman. And they have a 3rd goaltender, young Kelly Rudy, H-R-U-D-E-Y. He has spent the last 2 years in Indianapolis, and he will view from the press box tonight. For the Kings, Mario Lessard will be in goal. Mario has played in 1 prior game in the early regular season, losing Saturday at the Forum to Toronto 6-3, but he allowed just 4 of the goals. 2 were into the empty net after he was pulled. So he is 0-1 with an average of 4.0. The defenseman to start for Coach Don Perry will be Jay Wells along with Larry Murphy. Bernie Nichols at center. Jimmy Fox on the right side. And Brian McClellan will play in his first game this year. He does have a few games of NHL experience when he was recalled midway through last year. Will be on left wing. Brian sat out the first 2 games with a sore back. Was able to play last night, but they wanted to give him another day of skating before they put him back in the lineup. He was very impressive, picked up some key points in preseason, and his line mates in the preseason, for the most part, were Nichols and Jimmy Fox. The Kings will not dress Steve Kristoff, J.P. Kelly, or Mike Murphy. Dave Taylor, of course, still recovering from wrist surgery, and hopefully Dave will be ready maybe tonight. Once again, Bob Miller.
All right, Nick, thank you very much. Islanders win the draw, and Wayne Merrick drives it into the Kings zone. The game's just underway. Kings moving left to right. Larry Murphy rips it around the boards over to Jimmy Fox, up to Bernie Nichols at center. Nichols passing ahead now and into the Islander zone down the right side. McClellan, he's bumped in the right wing corner there by Gord Lane. McClellan battles along the boards, but the Islanders dig it out. Merrick to Tonelli, to Nystrom. Here's Nystrom to the King line. Nystrom against Jay Wells down the right side. Wells checks him there. Tonelli goes into the corner King zone. He's bumped by Larry Murphy to the left of the King net. Now it is along the left wing boards, taken there and cleared by McClellan up to center ice and just out of the reach of Jimmy Fox. The referee tonight, Brian Lewis. The linesmen are Ryan Bozak and Ron Foyt. Game just underway. Here's Bernie Nichols across the red line. Nichols from the blue line shoots, and it's wide to the left side. Rebound to Brian McClellan. He tried to center it. Gordy Lane takes it away for the Islanders. Lane to Merrick. Here's Merrick ahead to center ice, and a good check there by Bernie Nichols and Russ Anderson as Bossy got knocked down. Mike Bossy on the ice now, along with Bryan Trottier, and they are joined by Anders Kallur. Puck is back behind the Kings net, dug out by Trottier. Centers it out to the left point. Langevin shoots. Saved. Loose puck. Got a penalty coming up here. Holding against the Kings. I think they got Bernie Nichols. He grabbed Anders Kallur right in the slot.
That's exactly what happened. He just dumped him to the ice as the rebound was fought for to the right of Mario Lessard. So good pressure by the Islanders, and it all started because of a nice check thrown behind the Kings net by Bryan Trottier. Point was blocked up high by Mario Lessard. The defense, Mark Hardy battling along with Mike Bossy, and in front of those two, Kallur was dumped, drawing the penalty.
All right, Islanders with a man advantage at the left point now. Mike McEwen back to Bossy. Bossy with it, passes back on the right side. Stefan Persson, he's bumped by Anders Hawkinson. Puck is in the King zone behind the net. Anders Kallur had it caught up in the skates of the referee, Brian Lewis. Now Kallur digs it out to Stefan Persson. He lost it out to center ice. King penalty killers. Number 21, Anders Hawkinson. 26, Wes Jarvis, Russ Anderson, and Mark Hardy. Here's Bossy in front to Kallur. Pass up the middle, tipped away, out to the left point. McEwen with it. McEwen wraps it around the boards. Comes over on the left side. Hawkinson tries to get to it. Can't do it. Persson with it into Bossy. Here's Bossy. Islanders have the man advantage. No score first period. Out to Stefan Persson. Left point to McEwen. McEwen's pass right side. Off the stick there of Bossy. Picked up by Persson. Into Kallur. Centers it. Nobody there for the Islanders, and it is cleared by Mark Hardy.
Again, good penalty killing by Jarvis and Hawkinson up front as they continually pressure the club with the power play.
Islanders so far only 2 of 12 on the power play this year. Here's Trottier down the left side. He rolls it in deep, back behind the Kings net. Jay Wells with a good check there, and the puck cleared to the left point, but held in by Denis Potvin. Greg Gilbert was the man knocked down. Kings given away, pass in front, saved by Lessard as he beat Mike Bossy at point-blank range. Oh, the Kings gave it away in close. Now, here's Doug Smith. His shot and a stick saved by Billy Smith. 37 seconds left to go in the King penalty. No score first period. Islanders captain Denis Potvin to Stefan Persson. Here's Persson up to center ice. Persson comes across the line, drops it to Greg Gilbert. Gilbert down the right wing. Gilbert into the corner. Sends it back to Butch Goring. Goring at the right point. Shoots, and he hit the goalpost. He hit the right goalpost. Puck taken by Stefan Persson. Stolen by the Kings, Kevin LaValle. LaValle up to center ice. He's got Doug Smith with him. He gives it to Smith. Right wing. He shoots, and it's wide to the left side, and Denis Potvin levels Doug Smith. Puck comes out to center ice. Picked up by Butch Goring. Here's Goring with it. Down the right wing. Poke checked away by LaValle. And in 1 second, the Kings are back at full strength, and they are. They've killed the penalty. Here's Clark Gillies for the Islanders. Gillies drops it back, and a shot tipped wide by Gilbert. Puck comes up the middle. Gillies score!
Clark Gillies high in the slot, took that feed from the corner to the left of Mario Lessard from Butch Goring, the former King, and the Islanders capitalize on one of many good scoring opportunities here in the first couple of minutes of this game. Original shot from the point was deflected just wide by Gilbert, but it was quickly the rebound pounced on by Goring in front to Gillies. No one picked him up, about 25 feet in front of Lessard. No chance for Mario, and Gillies scores to make it 1-0.
Now they call that line the G-Men. Gillies from Goring and Gilbert at 3:26. 1-0 Islanders. Not a power play goal. As we had said, the Kings were back at full strength. Here's Marcel Dionne with it now. Dionne passing up the center ice off the glove of Clark Gillies, taken by the Kings, Bob LaForest. It's Dionne with Simmer and LaForest. Pass on the right wing to LaForest, broken up by Greg Gilbert of the Islanders at his own blue line. Islanders with it now. 16 minutes to go in the first period. 1-0 Islanders lead it. Puck comes into the King zone, and Mark Hardy takes over. Hardy for the Kings sends it over to Mike Height. Here's the King rookie defenseman. He drives it down the left wing boards, back behind the Islander net. Billy Smith cuts it off. Mike McEwen picks it up. His pass up the right side, and the Islanders come back. Pass off the boards all the way down into the King zone, right toward Lassard. Mario deflects it over to Mark Hardy. Hardy sends it up on the right wing to LaForest. He gives it to Marcel Dionne. Dionne to the Islander line. He shoots, and a save by Billy Smith. Puck cleared by Smith. Back out to center ice. Kings in a line change. Jimmy Fox jumps on and takes it. He gives it to Larry Murphy. 15:23 left to go in the first period. Bob Miller along with Nick Nixon. 1-0 Islanders lead. Here's Larry Murphy for the Kings. He comes across the blue line into the Islanders zone. He's at the right point. He passes along the boards, and Denis Potvin knocks it down and takes over. Here's Potvin for the Islanders. Potvin's pass broken up at the King line by Russ Anderson. He's got Fox on the right wing, and he couldn't get the pass. Comes off his stick into the Islanders zone, and Gord Lane back to get it. Lane and Fox in the right wing corner. Now the puck comes to Bob Bourne. Bourne sends it up now as Brent Sutter clears it to center, taken away by Russ Anderson. Back to Jimmy Fox at the right point. Fox in the Islanders zone. Fox sends it in deep. Picked up there by McClellan. McClellan in the right wing corner. He's pumped from behind by Gordy Lane in the Islanders zone. And Nichols comes in. Puck is kicked loose, taken by Denis Potvin. 14:39 to go. First period. 1-0 Islanders lead. Up to center ice. Here's Brent Sutter. He steps across the King line. He tries to get down the middle, and it's taken away by Bernie Nichols. Kings come back. Nichols up to center ice with McClellan and Fox. Here's Nichols to the Islander line. He is bumped and knocked down there, and the puck cleared back out to center. Intercepted by the Kings. Taken there by Jay Wells. He backhands a shot high in the air, gloved by Billy Smith, and he drops it down for Stefan Persson. Puck is taken by Jimmy Fox. Up the middle to Nichols. Couldn't get a good shot. He got knocked down. Nichols sliding along the ice. Tried to center it. Intercepted by Langevin. He gives it to Stefan Persson. He passes up the middle to Merrick. Back they come. 3-on-3. Here's Merrick giving it to Nystrom. Poke checked away by Jay Wells, but held in by Merrick. Merrick throws it down toward John Tonelli. Left wing side. Tonelli to the left point to Langevin. Shooting! And it hit the goalpost. Score by Merrick on the rebound. Langevin shot from the left point, hit the goalpost, came just to the right side, and Wayne Merrick, number 11, was there to put it in. It'll be Merrick from Langevin and Tonelli.
The Islanders taking advantage of good scoring opportunities, skating very well as they hit the offensive zone. They're moving the puck with authority. Their first goal, Gillies from Gilbert and Goring. The second goal, Merrick from Langevin and Tonelli.
Puck is in the King zone again. Langevin shoots from the left point. It's wide. It gets caught in the back of the King net. Dug out by Tonelli. He centers it to Merrick. He fanned on his shot. It was bouncing up in the air, and he fanned on it. Lassard raised his stick. He thought they were going to get a whistle because the puck was caught in the webbing, and the Islanders just came in and batted it out of the net. Now at center. Merrick intercept to Tonelli. Left wing. They tried him at center in a few games early this season. Puck comes back behind the King net. Wells checks Nystrom. Puck taken by Terry Ruskowski for the Kings. 2-0 Islanders. 13:06 to go. First period. Pass in the right wing to Doug Smith. He shoots, and a stick save by Billy Smith. Puck is picked up by Stefan Persson. Persson with a cut. A penalty coming up now against Dave Langevin for knocking Doug Smith down. And we'll be back in just a moment. And they take it now. Denis Potvin back behind his own net, and he bumps into Ruskowski. Puck comes out toward the right point. Dionne playing the right point. Comes out to center ice. Dionne with it. He gives it to LaValle. Intercepted, though. LaValle's pass taken away by Kenny Morrow. Over to Butch Goring. Here's Butch Goring with it. He sends it down the left side to Denis Potvin at the King line. He can't bring it in, so he passes back to Kenny Morrow. Here's Morrow. Gives it to Potvin. Now to Goring. Goring down the right side, trying to get around Hardy. Hardy cuts him off. Goring still with it to Potvin in the slot. Couldn't get it. He got bumped and knocked down. Puck taken by Terry Ruskowski. 2-0 Islanders. Ruskowski's pass broken up by Goring and picked up at center ice now by Dionne. Here's Dionne into the Islanders zone. Drops it to Doug Smith. Smith to Ruskowski to Smith. Smith centers it. Intercepted by Denis Potvin, and he clears it for the Islanders.
When you look at Butch Goring killing a penalty, you're seeing one of the NHL's best over the last decade. He just continually puts pressure on. Such a great skater, and that's why he creates a lot of problems for the opponents.
51 seconds left to go in the King power play. Pass to Bernie Nichols into the Islanders zone. Tried to get down the middle and is just out of his reach. Poked away by Stefan Persson. Picked up by Kevin LaValle. LaValle over to Doug Smith. Smith. Checked along the boards by Bourne. Puck comes to the blue line. Held in there by Mike Height. Height with a nice move. Gets away from Bourne. Passes to Nichols. Nichols right side to Dionne. He takes it off the boards. Dionne checked now in deep by Anders Kallur. Kallur, and now in the corner, Gord Lane is there. Kallur with it for the Islanders, and he clears it to center to Bob Bourne. Mike Height, the rookie, is back 2-on-1. Kallur back to Persson. He shoots, saved by Lessard. The trailer was Persson, and he got a great shot, and Lessard made the pad save. Here come the Kings. Dionne shoots, and a save by Billy Smith.
Did they make that play look like it was routine, like they practice it every day?
4 seconds to go in the King power play. A nice pass to the trailer on that one, Nick, and they got a good opportunity. Langevin has served his penalty for the Islanders, and the Islanders are back at full strength. Here's Fox. He drives it into the Islander zone. It's back behind the net, cut off by the goaltender, Billy Smith, but he gave it away in the corner to Bernie Nichols. Nichols gives it to Fox, right wing corner, out to the right point, Dean Kennedy. His shot, stick save, and it comes up over the glass into the crowd. 10:39 to go. Back behind the King net, check there. Hard check now by Hardy on Duane Sutter. He's bumped in the corner again by Hardy. Bourne comes in to help out, but his pass stolen by the rookie, Bob LaForest. Number 10, LaForest down the right side. He shoots it into the Islander zone. Billy Smith stick handles, then gives it right back to LaForest. Pass up the middle. Russ Anderson to Dionne. He shoots, save. Simmer goes for the rebound, and a penalty to Gord Lane. Simmer's been tackled more so far in this season than most guys in the National Football League, and Lane is going to go for holding. We'll be back with a puck rolls toward Lessard. He clears it out to the blue line, but Potvin holds it in. Now it comes around to the Kings. Marcel Dionne sends it behind the net to Larry Murphy. Larry Murphy's pass stolen and got back again by the Kings. Dionne as Greg Gilbert stole the pass. Now Larry Murphy down the right side in the middle of fourth to Simmer. He shoots. Saved by Billy Smith. Oh, what a glove save.
Well, Billy Smith has done it time and time again. He's done it during the regular season. He's done it during the playoffs, so it's not unusual to see Billy Smith, the veteran goaltender, come up with saves like that. That was obviously the best scoring opportunity of the game for the Kings. We have 8:05 left in the first period. On the power play, Simmer robbed from about 15 feet as he tried to pick the low right corner on Smith.
Simmer with a lot of room on that left side. The Kings have 1:27 to go in their power play. Trottier on the draw now with Dionne, and Trottier wins the draw, but the Kings with it. LaForest, right wing corner, Islander zone, into Simmer. He tried to center it. It's deflected up in the air, back behind the net. Dionne picks it up. He gives it to Simmer. It went underneath his stick. Simmer with it again, out to LaForest, right wing, to the right point, to Larry Murphy. Murphy in the Islander zone, to Hardy. Hardy fires it back down in deep behind the net. Morrow goes for it there. His pass taken away by Dionne. Dionne, left wing side, passes up the middle. Larry Murphy shoots. Stick save by Smith as Simmer tried to either screen him or tip it in and couldn't do either. Puck taken by Larry Murphy again. This Simmer behind the net. He gets knocked down by Morrow. Dionne with it. Left point. Hardy with it. Islander zone. Back to Dionne. Left wing side. His pass intercepted in the slot. Simmer takes it away though. Simmer's pass to Dionne. Dionne down the left side. Throws it around the right wing boards. Here's LaForest with it. 38 seconds to go in the King power play. Goes behind the net to Dionne. Dionne waits. Islander zone. Passes left point. Mark Hardy. Right side. Larry Murphy. Murphy shoots, and a glove save by Billy Smith, and he hangs on again.
Butch Goring came out to try and block that shot in front of Larry Murphy. Murphy just got it by Goring, so Smith may have been screened, but he saw it when he had to before it went into the net. And again, Billy Smith with a quick glove hand. Larry Murphy set up at the right point, and with traffic in front, Smith the save, and he holds up.
Right point. Dionne with it. King power play for another 23 seconds. Pass comes in deep. Langevin breaks it up. His pass around the boards. Dionne tries to hold it into the right point. He can't do it as Bryan Trottier comes over and kicks it out to center ice. Now taken by Mark Hardy. Here's Hardy's pass up to Marcel Dionne. Dionne across the blue line, trying to get down the middle, drops it for Fox. He shoots, and a blocker save made by Smith. Puck comes over to Brian McClellan. Penalty's over. McClellan's pass in the middle of Fox. Out to the left point to Hardy. He shoots, blocked in front, and Bob Bourne takes over. Here's Bourne for the Islanders. He gives it to Gord Lane. Here's Lane to center. 2-0 Islanders. Lane, his pass in deep, trying to get it to Bourne. Bourne being checked by Hardy. Kings take it away. Here comes Bernie Nichols up to center. Nichols for the Kings to the Islander line. Tries to go down the middle. Tried to pass it back after he got bumped by Langevin and Persson. He actually split the defense for a moment, but got knocked off balance. And now Gord Lane clears it back out to center. And passing left side and just offside is Mike Bossy. Those Kings tickets for Saturday night available for box office and all Ticketmaster locations in Southern side. Puck comes off the boards and out to center ice.
Boy, Goring really threaded the needle, passed it through, seemingly, two Kings at center ice, right onto the stick of big Clark Gillies.
Here's Butch Goring with it again. He slaps it into the right wing corner of the King zone. Wells gives it to Hawkinson. Hawkinson bumped by Goring. Puck comes in deep. Gillies goes for it with Dean Kennedy. Kennedy got knocked down. Puck is against the boards in the King zone. Kings dig it out. Dean Kennedy with it. Passes up to center ice. Kenny Morrow back to get it for the Islanders. Here's Morrow coming to the red line now with 2:41 left to go in the first period. Bob Miller along with Nick Nixon. 2-0 Islanders lead. Jenkins with it for the Kings. His pass up to center ice, taken away by Denis Potvin, and he drives it back into the King zone. Lessard cuts it off behind the net and leaves it for Jay Wells. It's passed up the middle, though, and intercepted. Shot saved by Lessard on the shot by Brent Sutter. And Mario trapped it in his pad.
Luckily, because Mario had problems, you could see it developing as he went behind the net to play the puck. He stopped it and thought a defenseman was closer to it than actually was, and so Mario had to go back and get the puck, and then his pass deflected in front to Sutter, and Sutter pulled the trigger quickly, but Mario made the save. This line, Bob, of Brent Sutter at center, Duane on the right side, and Bourne on left wing, was really the best offensive line in the playoffs, total points-wise, especially in that Edmonton series. They performed very well.
Brent Sutter wins the draw, comes down the left side, King zone. Dionne playing the right point on the power play, and Hardy at the left point, and off the draw it comes back into the King zone, and Dionne has it behind the net. Long pass up to the red line to Jimmy Fox. He tips it into the Islander zone, taken away by Morrow, over to Denis Potvin, and he drives it back to the King blue line. Dionne with it. 24 seconds to go on the King power play. Pass ahead now by Hardy to the blue line of the Islanders. Tipped away. Dionne with it at center ice. Dionne over to Hardy. Here's Hardy now trying to give it to McEwen, and we have a whistle on the play. An offside called against the Kings with 14 for the Islanders. Takes his time. Comes across the line. Gets it to Anders Kallur. Kallur passing along the boards in the King zone. Kings trying to take it away. Trottier gets it though. Trottier to Bossy. Back to Trottier. Backhander saved by Lessard. And the puck taken by the Kings, Jim Fox. Fox up to center. Across the blue line. Islander zone. Leaves it for Bernie Nichols over to McEwen. He shoots and a save. Rebound. Batted out of midair by Fox. Couldn't put it in. Another save off the glove of Billy Smith as he beat Brian McEwen shot. Puck taken now by Stefan Persson. Persson across the line into the King zone. His pass in front. Broken up by Jay Wells. He was trying to get it to Mike Bossy. Wells clears it back to center. Dave Langevin takes over there for the Islanders. Second period just underway. 2-0 Islanders lead it. They're moving left to right. Here comes Duane Sutter across the King line. He shoots. Save Lessard, and the rebound goes off his body and wide to the left goal post. Now Brent Sutter up the middle to Bourne. His shot saved by Lessard with traffic in front of him. Rebound goes to Kevin LaValle. Up to Doug Smith for the Kings. Smith shoots from the blue line and a save by Billy Smith. Langevin with it. Langevin behind his own net. Up to Duane Sutter. Passes up to Bourne. Here's Bourne across the King line, left wing. Bourne trying to get it to Brent Sutter, broken up. Doug Smith with it. Nice pass ahead to LaValle. 2-on-2. Here's LaValle with Ruskowski, the trailer. LaValle across the line, but an offside. The left wing boards. Kings dig it out. 2-0 Islanders lead it. Kings with it. Larry Murphy trying to get away from Greg Gilbert. Passes up the center ice, and it slides into the Islanders zone. Here's Gord Lane. Goes back, and the puck gets caught underneath the back of the net. That back of the net is just up off the ice a little bit, and the puck got caught underneath there. We'll be back in just a moment. Jay Wells pokes it away. Trottier with it. Gets it behind the net now, and it's centered out in front. LaValle takes it on his backhand and clears it for the King. Chased down by Mike McEwen back in the Islander zone. He sends it over to Kenny Morrow. Morrow out of Bowling Green University. Kings take it away, right side. Kennedy, his pass back to LaValle, and he just shot it wide. He was being checked at the time, and he still got his stick on it and just shot it wide. Kevin LaValle for the Kings. Here is Kallur trying to get it to Bossy. Tipped away by Wells. Up to LaValle at center ice, and he's bumped by Trottier. I told you earlier, Trottier can check, and he just knocked LaValle down. Kings pick it up. Trottier comes back, takes it away. Starts it the other way to Kallur. Here's Anders Kallur across the line. Drops it to Trottier. Now to Bossy down the middle. Shooting. Save Lessard. Oh, he just got his left leg pad out. Bossy with that quick, accurate shot. And you give him that kind of time in the slot, Nick, and he's going to put it on the net, and he did.
As far as Mario Lessard is concerned, he played it very well. He was in position for a rebound, which was very important.
Here's Wells for the Kings. Down the left side. Gets a weak shot for Lee Smith. Islanders lead it 2-0. 11:21 to go, second period. Long pass tipped by Bob Bourne into the Kings zone. Going to be out of his reach and poked away by Billy Smith over to Denis Potvin. He lost it to Simmer. Simmer gets knocked down. Penalty coming up against Denis Potvin of the Islanders. A delayed call, and now they call it, and we're going to get a penalty to the New York Islanders. So the Kings will have a chance on the power play. It'll be their fourth power play of the night. Chance to get on the board. To Fox, or to a Dionne. Dionne shoots, blocked by Trottier, and Dionne gets it back again. Dionne into the corner. Trottier all over him, up the middle. Nichols shooting, saved by Billy Smith. Rebound, Hardy holds it in. Hardy into Fox. Fox up the middle, and it went behind Dionne, and Trottier clears it.
Marcel Dionne making things happen as he's been put out on the right point on the power play for quite a few of the man advantages in the last two games.
Nichols tried to kick it ahead and get control of it, but couldn't, and at the blue line, Bob Bourne takes it away for the Islanders and clears it back in the King zone. 58 seconds to go in the King power play. 2-0 Islanders. Here's Dionne giving it to LaValle. LaValle down the left side. LaValle at the left point. His pass right to Bourne as it hit his body. Bourne ahead to Gilbert at center ice, and it went behind him. Now it's picked up by Dionne. Dionne for the Kings. Over on the right side of Bernie Nichols. His pass taken away by Morrow. Morrow's pass broken up. Nichols holds it in. Into Fox. Fox wraps it around the boards. 35 seconds to go in the man advantage. LaValle to the blue line to Hardy. Back to LaValle, left wing. Islanders zone. Back on the right side to Bernie Nichols. Takes it off the boards. Nichols pass. Tried to get it to Fox, but Billy Smith, the goaltender, scoops it up. And they've got Trottier, Bossy, and Kallur up front. Behind the net, it's Trottier. Trottier waits. Trottier to Bossy. Bossy on the left side, back to the blue line to Denis Potvin. Potvin shooting, blocked in front, and just shot wide by Trottier. Rebound to Kallur, he sent it right through the crease. Out to the left side, and Denis Potvin in front. Kallur. Kallur shoots, he scores!
Well, the Islanders have been opportunistic here in this period. They get their first power play in the second period, and they score. A beautiful shot over the glove hand of Mario Lessard by the Swede Anders Kallur, as Denis Potvin did a great job of stick handling with that puck on the left side of the ice. So Anders Kallur with the goal, and it comes at 12:43 here in the second period. Potvin and Trottier will get assists, so it's now 3-0 Islanders.
Kings back at full strength, but now down 3-0. Here's Marcel Dionne down the right wing. Dionne gets a shot wide to the right. Rebound off the boards, comes along the right side to Bossy. Bossy's pass to center ice to Trottier, off his skate, taken away by Russ Anderson. Bossy tips it away from him. Puck is picked up now by the Kings. Bob LaForest down the right wing into the Islanders zone. Simmer goes down the middle. LaForest to the right point to Hardy. Hardy, his pass in front, shot by Dionne, and a save by Billy Smith. Dionne shot right in the slot, and Smith made the stick save. Puck taken by the Islanders. Here's Bossy with it now. 3-0 New York. Pass to Trottier, right wing, King zone. Trottier's pass in front to Bossy. Shooting, saved by Lessard. Oh, does he get that off in a hurry. Coming through the slot from left to right, he put it right on the net, and Lessard made the stick save. Here's Simmer with it. He drives it down into the Islanders zone. McEwen picks it up. His pass taken away by Simmer. Simmer, Islanders zone, left wing. Passes in the corner to Bob LaForest. LaForest back to Simmer. Didn't get it. Picked up by the Islanders. Here they come 3-on-2. Duane Sutter over to Bourne. Bourne down the left side. Bourne to Duane Sutter to Brent Sutter. He shot it wide. Rebound in front. Sent right through the crease by Brent Sutter. Picked up by Bourne. Bourne, top of the slot. Bourne still with it. Checked by Wells. Bourne to Sutter. Shooting, save. Sutter shooting again. Save again. As Brent Sutter gets stopped twice by Mario Lessard.
Well, Mario Lessard coming up with two big saves right there. He's keeping the Kings from becoming down by 4 goals as the Islanders now are getting that momentum, sustained pressure in the Kings zone. That's what we told you they weren't doing earlier, and give the Kings credit early in the period for preventing them. Sutter right in front. Brent Sutter the first time, then the second time, and he shot his own rebound from in tight right to the goal crease into the near corner, picked up by Bourne. Bourne came through the slot being chased by Wells, then dropped it blindly for Brent Sutter. His shot was saved. He got another rebound, a backhander from point blank, and Lessard with another save. So Mario with about 4 saves from right in tight.
U.S. Olympic team playing tonight at the University of Minnesota, and the University of Minnesota leading Team USA 2-1, the end of one. Face off in the King zone. Puck is picked up now by Brent Sutter, trying to come in deep. He's bumped by Russ Anderson. And he goes down to the ice to the left of the King net. Now Duane Sutter picks it up. He's checked by Jim Fox. Fox takes it away, gives it to Nichols. Nichols up to McClellan. Here's McClellan across the Islander line. McClellan still with it, passing right side. Nichols shooting, save made by Billy Smith with Fox right in front. Now here is McClellan coming in. He takes it, gives it to Fox. Islanders zone. Fox to Nichols. Nichols left side, up the middle of Russ Anderson. To the right point now. Dean Kennedy. His shot deflected up into the crowd. Pass to Fox. Fox going in, tried to get it back to Nichols. McEwen broke it up. Here's Larry Murphy shooting, and it's deflected wide by Smith. Puck held in by Wells. Puts it behind the net. Mike McEwen with it. He flips it off the boards. Left side. Wayne Merrick starts back out for the Islanders. Merrick up to center. Merrick to the red line. Into the King zone now. Drops it to Nystrom. Tipped away by Larry Murphy back to center. 3:15 to go. Second period. 3-0. Islanders lead it. Here's a pass by Tonelli over to Nystrom. Right wing. King zone. Nystrom bumped by Ruskowski. Nystrom's pass in deep. Ruskowski took it away, but Nystrom has it behind the net. Nystrom around the left side. Out to the left point to Mike McEwen. He shoots wide to the right side. Puck is picked up by Tonelli. Tonelli against the right wing boards. Bumped by Larry Murphy. Kings take it away. Ruskowski's pass up the middle now. Smith with it. He gives it back to Larry Murphy. Murphy down the left side into the Islanders zone. Murphy's pass broken up by Bobby Nystrom coming back. 2:45 to go. Second period. Bob Miller along with Nick Nixon. Islanders lead it 3-0. Kings 0-2-1 on the year. Islanders 2-1-0 coming into the game tonight. Here's Nystrom down the right wing. Nystrom moving in over to Tonelli, broken up. He had a 2-on-1 and he had the shot and he gave it up, and the pass broken up by Mark Hardy of the Kings. Kings drive it into the Islanders zone. Down the left side now. Ruskowski goes for it. He's bumped along the boards by John Tonelli. Now Morrow takes over. Again, the Islanders taking advantage of the man advantage. They're now 2 of 3 tonight. That power play goal at 1:03 with Nichols in the penalty box. John Tonelli taking a nice cross-ice feed through the slot from Denis Potvin with Gillies camped in front of Lassard. He may have distracted Mario, but John Tonelli scores again against the Kings. Last year he had 5 goals against Los Angeles in the 3 games. Right after the Kings had a pretty good chance with the goaltender Smith out of the Islander net, and Denis Potvin, the defenseman, made a save on a Kings shot. So instead of being down 3-1, the Kings now down 4-0. Here's LaForest with it. Steps across the Islander line, gets a shot. Stick save made by Billy Smith. Here's Mike McEwen for the Islanders, sending it up to Nystrom. He is bumped by Jay Wells. Puck comes out to center ice. Swept past Larry Murphy. Down the right side by Tonelli. In front of the net is Merrick. He goes into the corner. Merrick picks it up. Merrick along the boards. Nystrom pokes it away. Into Tonelli. Now to Merrick. Now to Nystrom. Couldn't get a shot. Here's Morrow shooting. Save Lassard. And the rebound just poked away from Tonelli before he could pull the trigger. Back come the Kings. Simmer. Right wing pass to LaForest. Tipped away by McEwen. LaForest picks it up at center. Sends it back in the King zone to Hardy. 17:55 to go in the game, and the Kings are down 4-0. Here's Mark Hardy. Islander defenseman fell down. Hardy moving in front. He shoots wide to the left side. Puck is picked up along the boards. Dionne with it now. He's bumped from behind. Dionne centers it up the middle. Hardy shoots. Glove save, Billy Smith, and he hangs on. Couple of good opportunities for Mark Hardy as the Kings try and get a goal back after allowing their 4th early here in the 3rd period. The power play goal by Tonelli. Mark Hardy set up in the slot area, moving in for a shot. Glove save made by Billy Smith. Smith has come up with some dandy saves with that glove tonight. Faceoff will be to the right of Smith. Got a hello to everybody at the Culver Rink from Joey, Bryan, and Radar. They're from Venice, California, out here watching the game tonight. Kings are going to change their defensive tandem. Larry Murphy and Jay Wells come out. Up front, the Kings have Nichols at center, McClellan the left wing, Jimmy Fox on the right side. The Islanders won all 3 games from the Kings last year, so the Kings have lost 3 straight to the Islanders, and here tonight they're trailing 4-0 with 17:35 to go in the game. Butch Goring on the draw. Kings win it. Nichols to Wells. Wells shoots. It's wide to the right side. Fox goes for the rebound. Denis Potvin pokes it away to Bob Bourne. Here's Bourne up the center. Bourne shoots it off the boards into the King zone. It comes around to Clark Gillies. Gillies centers it, intercepted by Larry Murphy. Murphy sends it up the center. Bernie Nichols, left wing to Brian McClellan. McClellan across the line, right side to Fox, back to McClellan in front. He shoots, and scooped up by Billy Smith. Flicked it wide and just out of the reach of Gilbert. Puck taken by the Kings. Nichols to Fox. Here's Fox across the red line. He shoots it down back behind the Islander net. 16:45 to go in the game. Kings take it away. Bernie Nichols with it. He's bumped along the boards. Nichols and Denis Potvin battle for it. Islanders zone. Nichols digs it out, walks in front, pass over, and a score by Jimmy Fox. Nice play by Bernie Nichols. He really battled along the boards and sent it over to Jimmy Fox, and Jimmy on the left side of the net put it in.
Super play by Bernie Nichols. He fought off 2-3 Islanders behind the net, kept battling, and Bernie Nichols has been one of the better Kings forwards since day one of training camp. Nichols and Potvin with help from McClellan, and Nichols finally worked it onto his stick and put it right onto the stick of Jim Fox. No chance for Billy Smith. Fox just banged it home behind Billy Smith, so the Kings get the Tonelli goal back, but they still have their work cut out for them.
So the Kings break the shutout. Rich, our statistician helping us out here, leaned over and said, that's almost an excuse me red light down there. It's one of the worst I've ever seen. A little red light bulb goes on, and I couldn't see it for a moment. And from our angle, I really couldn't see Jimmy put the puck in the net. But he did. And it's 4-1. Islanders leading now with 16:21 left to go. Line at the left point now. Merrick, his pass just out of the reach of Nystrom as he came down the middle. Gordy Lane, right point, shoots. Save. Lassard lost his stick. He doesn't have his stick. The Islanders hold it in. Kings take it away. Hardy can't get it. Here's Merrick in front. He shoots. Save. And Nystrom with it. Shooting wide to the left side. Lassard playing without his goal stick, and the puck comes out to center ice. I don't know if that one shot hit him or the goalpost, Nick.
I don't know. The way the puck reacted, I think it might have hit the post to his left.
That's what I thought, because it came off awful fast, and I wasn't sure whether Mario got in front of it or the goalpost. Either way, it didn't go in, but Mario without a goal stick there, and the Islanders had 2 shots at it. 12:57 to go in the game. Here's Tonelli down the left wing for the Islanders. Tonelli gives it to Merrick. Left faceoff circle. He tried to center it. He's bumped there by Hardy. Kings pick it up. LaForest ahead to Dionne. Now to LaForest. LaForest at center. Chasing it down. Brings it across the line. Passes on the right side to Dionne. Marcel Dionne into the Islanders zone. His centering pass intercepted by Gordy Lane. He sends it up the left side to John Tonelli. Larry Murphy getting back. Tonelli to Nystrom. Broken up by Jay Wells. And when Merrick brings it across the line, the Islanders are offside. 12:29 left to go in the game. Islanders lead it.
How to solve the defense of the New York Islanders. Another difference in the game besides the power play goals by the Islanders. They're cashing in on their good chances.
Here's Gilbert to Persson. He shoots. Save Lassard. Rebound picked up by Greg Gilbert again. Gilbert, right side King zone. Into Goring. Goring in the right faceoff circle. Goring still with it. Jay Wells checking him up the middle of Persson. Back to Goring on the right side. Both teams at full strength. Now to Persson. He shoots. And it's deflected up into the crowd.
Looked like Larry Murphy, along with Greg Gilbert, right in front of Mario Lassard. One of those two may have got a piece of that deflection. Nice work by Butch Goring to feed it to Persson. Persson took a look, let the drive go, and I think possibly was deflected by one of the Kings over Mario Lassard into the crowd. Mario playing very well. He's not charging out to cut down the angles. He's playing it very poised, and he's in position for rebounds.
Wells came sliding across to try and block the shot, and it may have come off of him up over the glass. Face-off just outside the King line. Comes into the King zone now, and Larry Murphy back to get it. Murphy passes off on the right side. Puck comes out to center ice. Kings chase it down. Here's LaForest with it. LaForest, the King rookie, across the blue line in the middle. Shooting, and a glove save by Billy Smith, waist high. He drops it down, gave it right to Simmer. Simmer behind the Islander net. Simmer around in front, tried to jam it in, and he did. Charlie Simmer scores. Came around the net after Billy Smith had made the save. He gave it right back to Charlie Simmer. Simmer came behind the net around the right side and tucked it in. He is a master at that move, Nick. And now with 11:46 to go in the game, it's the Islanders 4, the Kings 2.
Charlie Simmer coming from behind the net. Billy Smith was hugging the near post, but he went down, and it looked like the puck somehow went underneath him, if you can believe that. But Charlie Simmer gets the goal unassisted at 8:14. So the Kings, plenty of time left to within 2. It's 4-2 Islanders with 11:40 now left. The goal at 8:14.
Smith has himself to blame in more ways than one for that. He had made the save, and he gave it right away. Now here comes Bernie Nichols for the Kings across the Islander line, trying to get down the middle, but he is checked. Billy Smith pokes it over in the corner now to Brent Sutter. He gives it to Mike McEwen. Well, the Kings, if they get the next goal, are going to be knocking on the door. There's still plenty of time left. 11:15 to go in the game. In the King zone, Bob Bourne, left side, taken away by Kennedy. Kennedy's pass to Fox, up the center ice now to McClellan. One man back, it's Morrow. Here's Brian McClellan. Two guys out of Bowling Green University here against each other. McClellan bounces off of Morrow. McClellan, right side, checked by Morrow again, kicks the puck loose, but it's going to be intercepted by Bob Bourne. Saved by Lessard. He just got back to make a stick save. Bourne, for a split second, had an open corner. Islanders hold it in. Now taken by the Kings, Jimmy Fox ahead to center. Here's LaValle, one man back, it's Morrow. LaValle fakes a shot and couldn't get around Morrow. Tried to drag it around him, and I thought for a moment that he did, but Morrow took the puck away. Here's Bourne for the Islanders. He steps around Kennedy. Bourne's pass up to the blue line. Held in there by Anders Kallur. 4-2 Islanders. 10:15 to go in the game. Here's Dean Kennedy for the Kings now. Kings moving left to right. Kennedy across the Islander line against Denis Potvin. Potvin poke checks it away and clears it back out to center. Kings home Saturday night. The Detroit Red Wings will be at the Fabulous Forum at 7:30. Puck taken by the Kings, Kevin LaValle. Sweeps it off on the right side to Terry Ruskowski, the King captain. Here's Ruskowski against Denis Potvin. Into the top of the slot, rolls it towards the left point. It'll be held in by Russ Anderson. His pass blocked by Lane. Lane throws it back to the left point. Anderson holds it in, but Lane gets it again and gives it to Anders Kallur. Kallur giving it to Trottier. Trottier ahead to Gilbert. Gilbert down the left side. It rolls away from him, and Russ Anderson takes over the Kings. He headmans it up to Kevin LaValle. LaValle on the left wing. Can't get around Trottier. Trottier took it away, but Gilbert was offside. He had not cleared the Kings zone. Nystrom shot from the right side. Lessard made the save, but the Islanders, Wayne Merrick is going to get a penalty for tripping Terry Ruskowski, who was going for the puck. So the second Lessard save made no difference because the whistle had already blown.
Well, a big chance for the Kings to get back to within 1. They've got the power play. They're 0 for 4 tonight. This is their 5th man advantage. Merrick, a trip at 11:25. The Islanders in front 4-2. They had a 4-0 lead before Fox and Simmer scored here in the third period. Fox at 3:25, Simmer at 8:14.
Time for the Kings to cash in on that man advantage. Here's Simmer. He's got a King goal tonight. Down the left side. His pass broken up, and he got it again. Drives it around to Dionne, right wing corner. Here's Marcel Dionne. Out to the right point to Larry Murphy. To the left side to Hardy. Hardy in the Islander zone. Throws it in deep behind the net to Simmer. Simmer checks behind the net. Denis Potvin with it, and he clears it. On target, and a stop made by Lessard at the other end of the ice. Kings with a man advantage for another minute and a half. 8 minutes to go in the game, and the Islanders have a 4-2 lead. Here's Larry Murphy giving it to Hardy. Right wing to Dionne, out of his reach. Potvin takes over, clears it back to center. Larry Murphy with it. He gives it to Simmer. Charlie Simmer waits for Dionne to get onside. Now his pass tipped away by Gilbert, cleared by Kenny Morrow of the Islanders. And now pass up the middle, stolen, shot by Bourne, he scores! A short-handed goal on a Kings mistake in their own end. Kings were back. The puck came right up the middle to Bob Bourne, and he drove a hard shot past Lessard for a short-handed goal, and nothing will take the wind out of your sails quicker than that.
Boy, will it ever. Bobby Bourne is 3rd of the season, short-handed at 12:19. It is an unassisted goal. The Kings still with 1 minute left on the power play.
Here's Bourne with it now. Looked like the Kings were going to handle it easy back in their own zone, and the pass came right up the slot, and Bourne raced in and fired, and it's now 5-2 Islanders.
Dionne and Hardy were back. I don't know if It was I'll take it, you take it routine, but somebody miscommunicated with somebody else out there.
Here's Dionne down the right wing across the Islander line. Top of the slot. Dionne shot blocked by Stefan Persson. Dionne passing in front now. They tried to get it to McClellan. He did. McClellan's pass over to Mike Height. Height in deep. Gives it back to McClellan. Kings still on the power play for another 20 seconds. Out to Fox at the blue line. Fox gives it to Dionne at the right point. Dionne moves around Bourne. Pass up the middle. McClellan shooting. Deflected wide by Fox. Picked up now by Persson. 9 seconds to go in the King power play, and the Islanders clear it. I looked to see how much time was left, Nick, and I really don't know who put that puck right up the middle. I'd have to see a replay. Islanders have killed it. Not only killed it, they scored on it, and they're leading 5-2. Here's Brian McClellan. He comes across the blue line, rolled it down the middle, taken away by Stefan Persson for the Islanders. He gives it to Tonelli. Ahead to Merrick. Merrick, left wing. Merrick back to Tonelli. He shoots, blocked by Fox, and he's shaken up on it. It hit him in the ankle. Fox is limping. Puck is picked up by Nickel. He loses it to Merrick. Fox has to stay on the ice. He was trying to get to the bench. Merrick shoots, stick save by Lassard. Puck comes off on the right side to Larry Murphy. Fox still skating, but now limping over toward the bench. Skating better right now, though. Up to center. Kings with it. Bernie Nichols, 60-footer from the blue line. Stick save by Smith. 5:53 left to go in the game. 5-2 Islanders, and the puck whistled dead against the left wing boards. We'll be back in just a moment. Good toward Smith, and he just did get his skates together to make that save.
Boy, almost found daylight between the pads of Billy Smith. Larry Murphy letting that shot go, was knocked down about 20 feet in front. The puck changed directions, but Smith was right there to prevent it from trickling between the pads.
United States Olympic team now at the end of the second period leading the University of Minnesota 3-2 tonight. It's only one other NHL game. Vancouver at St. Louis, and the Kings will be in St. Louis Thursday night. We'll be there live on radio at 5:20. Blues have been drawing well, over 14,000 fans, both of their first two home games. Islanders with it now with a 5-2 lead and 5.5 minutes to go in the game. Clark Gillies down the right side, trying to get around Jay Wells. Wells goes down, knocks him against the boards, up the middle. Kallur with it.
Shots on goal in the third period. Los Angeles 12.
Kings had 12 shots in the third period. The Islanders had 14.
Islanders 35.
The Kings had 34 shots on goal for the game, and the Islanders had 35. 5-2 Islanders win it. We'll be right back here at Nassau.